In today's video, I want to talk to you about the ultimate guide when it comes to SMP Aftercare. My name's Will Quay. I'm a clinical trichologist and specialist scalp micropigmentation artist, helping you guys struggling with hair loss. Okay, so let's talk about aftercare when it comes to SMP. In this video, you're going to find out everything you need to know, what to do, and how to look after your SMP going forward. Okay, so firstly, you're going to want to know what to do immediately after your SMP treatment, as in straight away when you're leaving the clinic. So your treatment's going to be a little bit red, a little bit sore. There's going to be some inflammation there. Some people suffer from redness more than others, but that usually tends to subside within the next 24 to 48 hours. Some people within 6 hours through that night, it's gone. But yeah, no panic, it's all completely normal, and within 24 to 48 hours your redness should subside. So in the first 24 hours of getting your SMP, there's a few things you need to be made aware of, a few key points. Those are: avoid touching the area. Do not shower over the area, so don't shower, put the shower head on your SMP. Avoid direct sunlight, so if it's a hot summer's day or the sun's out, don't stand there and just fry like a fried egg. That's not good, don't do that. Avoid excess sweating. Now, this is quite a big one because what it is, like, there's salt in sweat, yeah? And the salt in the sweat will act as saline, and as you may or may not know, saline is used to remove pigment from the skin. So while you've got an open wound in those first sort of 24 hours, you want to really limit sweating, yeah? Because that's going to want to try to draw the pigment out. Now, nothing crazy is going to happen. It just may lighten off in certain areas, which will definitely hit on your next session. But if you can help it, try to avoid excess sweating. So again, first 24 hours, do not apply any products, balms, lotions, potions, nothing. Keep it completely dry. And lastly, do not shave your scalp. So you probably would have shaved your scalp before you come to the clinic, before your treatment, or I would have shaved it down for you. So that will last you until you're next able to shave your hair down. But first 24 hours, don't touch it. So just touching on the point again, so you know, about applying lotions and potions and ointments and balms, do not, I repeat, do not apply any ointments in the first 6 to 24 hours after having your SMP treatment. The reason for that is the first 6 to 24 hours is really left for the body to perform its natural wound healing, and it doesn't need any interference from any foreign bodies or molecules to stop that natural wound healing. So it's really important that the body gets that natural wound healing. It's probably the most important part of your aftercare, them first 6 to 24 hours. So next up with your SMP Aftercare is going to be from day 2 to 4. So after you've left your scalp for 24 hours, you've not touched it, you've not shaved it, you've not showered on the area, you've left it completely alone. The next thing you need to do is ensure that you've got clean hands, because what you're going to do is put on a tonic, because you can't wet the scalp. Now, let me just track back there a little bit. I'm going to jump back. Now, 99% of the industry will tell you to dry heal for 4 days and then start going back to normal activities. That's fine. And if you've got a particularly oily scalp, I would probably recommend doing that. But for my clients, and what we've done over the years, is took a slightly different approach based on research and science when it comes to natural wound healing. Now, the first 24 hours is the same as anyone will tell you. Well, the first 24 hours is what I told you in this video, right? After 24 hours, what I would like you to do is wash your scalp with the tonic that I'm gonna give you. It's a membrane micro tonic. It's literally like liquid gold. It's the best thing ever. It's going to cool the scalp, it's going to soothe the scalp, it's going to take any inflammation down, and it's going to cleanse the scalp as well from any sort of foreign bodies that may have rested on your scalp during them first 24 hours, dust, debris, things like that. So what I need you to do is get like a little cotton pad or a clean hand, finger, and then just rub the microtonic all over your scalp, not vigorously, but just lightly, just to get all that crap off, right? That's stage 1. Stage 2 is with that other little packet I'll give you, the black packet. That was the white packet with the microtonic. The black packet I'm going to give you is the Scalp Microbalm. Now, you only need like a tiny, like fingernails amount. You don't need a lot. This stuff spreads, right? So just a tiny little fingernails amount, and then just rub that all over the SMP where I've worked, yeah? So you wanna get it everywhere, but you don't need a lot. Now I need you to do that 2, possibly 3 times a day, whenever you feel like it needs it, or wherever you feel like your scalp's trying to dry out. Now, naturally your scalp's gonna wanna dry out. Yeah, it's gonna wanna do that whether you're using this balm or not. Now, we wanna try and keep that in a place where it doesn't dry out too much. We don't want major scabbing. You're gonna get some little micro scabs here and there. You might notice some little tiny little black bits on your pillow or when they come out over the next 4 days. But we wanna try and keep that in because we wanna try and retain the pigment in your scalp. We don't want them scabs to lift off the pigment. So when you use this balm, that's just gonna keep everything nice, and it's going to keep it nice and just where we want it. Trust me, yeah. Use it. Obviously, if you get any irritation or any reaction to the products that we're suggesting, then just stop immediately. But all my clients love it, and it really does help with the retention of your SMP treatment. So yeah, as I said, apply this balm 2-3 times a day, and I want you to do that for the next 4 days. So from after the first 24 hours, the next 4 days, I want you to use this tonic and this balm to cleanse your scalp. That's the aftercare, how we do it here. If you search SMP Aftercare, you're probably not going to get many people suggest doing it the way I suggest. But we know we've done it based on facts, and it's proven, and we've proven it time and time again. And one of the key areas why people, well, not why people come here, but you know, when you notice how my first sessions hold, my second sessions hold, the retention's there, and I do believe, obviously it's to do with the application of the treatment as well, but the aftercare really does help, and we believe this is the way to go. Disclaimer, never apply the balm unless the scalp's clean. You always must clean the scalp with the microtonic. Clean the scalp with the microtonic, make sure all that dirty shit's off, and then apply the balm. When you're in the clinic, you'll get a little card with a QR code, and it'll tell you exactly how to use it all, but if not, refer back to this video. Okay, so at this point, you're at day 5, which is nice because this is the day where you get to sort of resume normal activities, you get to shave your scalp, get it back to how it was. Your SMP is now gonna start looking good again because you've not got like long hair on the back and the sides. You've shaved your scalp back down, have a shower, normal cleaning routine, you know, definitely clean yourself. So I've had people in the past that have took it as like, all right, don't touch the scalp, and they've come in and not had a wash for 2 weeks. I mean, that's nasty anyway, but don't do that. Literally day 5, shave, shower, clean, sweet. But after day 5, I would still suggest avoiding things like saunas, swimming. You don't want to be swimming at all, not until 28 days after, because of the chlorine and the chemicals used. You know, you don't want none of that business. So avoid swimming and saunas still. And again, when it comes to exercising now, most of you guys are movers. You know, you like to move your body, which I don't blame you. I like to do the same. But definitely try to avoid heavy exercise for at least a couple of weeks after your treatment. Now, I know that's going to be quite tough for some of you. And if that is tough for some of you, please don't do it in the first 5 days. Just at least let that natural wound healing and our aftercare advice do that for the first 4 or 5 days. After that, if you really must, just do something like, you know, some weights or go for a walk or whatever you need to do, you know, because I just think, look, this is an investment on your part. Just protect your investment. You know, you'll be able to resume all these activities after a few weeks. So just Netflix and chill, mate. You know, Netflix and chill. I get it! Take it easy, enjoy the process, and then get back to it. But in all honesty, you know, if it's been applied well enough, nothing crazy is going to happen. It's the first 4 or 5 days that are most important. After that, you're pretty good, man. Do you know what I mean? But we try to give you the best advice possible so that if there is something not quite right, we can go, okay, well, it wasn't that, it wasn't this, and we can really dial into what might be going on. If you just do everything like normal, like without taking our advice, it's like a needle in a haystack. So, yeah, don't get too caught up in it, but try to stick to this the best you can. One sort of important thing I would suggest is keeping your scalp out of direct sunlight for at least 28-30 days, i.e. a month. Yeah, you just want everything to settle down and let the skin regenerate and heal properly before you start getting excessive amounts of sun exposure. just wear a hat, sun cream, you're sweet. Okay, that's about it when it comes to aftercare. There's not a great deal. Again, we like to try and keep things simple, keep simple.
Language.
What I will say, just touching on my last point about sun, once it's all fully healed and you're in a good place, you don't need to avoid sun. You don't need to like hide in the shadows and jump from tree to tree because you don't want to get your SMP in the sun. The whole point of getting this treatment is that you can live a fulfilled life and you can go and do the things that you've always wanted to do or that you want to do with your friends and family without feeling like conscious, right? So going out, you know, being on the beach or, you know, going on holiday is all part of it. So enjoy yourself, enjoy the sun, but just don't be a dick about it. You know, don't go on a catamaran for 6 hours in the ocean with no sun cream on, no sun protection and no hat. That would be stupid. You wouldn't do that if you had SMP or not. So that's all we're saying. Enjoy life, but just be sensible. Use sun cream when you have to. But yeah, that's it. That's our video on SMP Aftercare. I hope you found that informative. Any questions, please drop them in the comments below. We have got a blog post on our website, which you can find all our aftercare details. Our website is www.scalpnation.co.uk. See you on the next one.